Welcome back to another episode of how to make natural hair soft. But today I want to talk about what to do after you tried a product, like a new product that completely dried out your hair.
What's up, people? Jheri J here. Hey, and if you want to take control of your 4C hair life, start today. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Let's jump in.
We are back, and if you're new to this channel,
Hi.
I call this series Snitching and Twisting. On this road to healthy hair, right? We try, as naturals, we try out a lot of things, and sometimes it can be frustrating when you don't get the results that you're expecting. Now, this experience sometimes makes you just want to give up. Believe me, I've been there. But don't give up. Don't give up. Let's talk about what we're going to do. Now, before we start snitching, let's talk about these 3 tips. Y'all know we get our work in first, and then we start gossiping. I just have 3 tips, right? Simple, but very important of what you should do when you have a bad experience. So let's start off with number 1. And number 1 is repeat your wash day. Do not be lazy. Do not think if a product dried out your hair that you should just refresh with other products. No. Healthy hair and hair growth period thrives when your hair is clean. Now, even though that product may have dried out your hair, right? And you feel like it's not, like it's just gone, like it's just completely depleted, right? It's still there. You just can't feel it or see it, especially if that product flaked on you. Also, included in this tip is repeat your wash day with staple products only. Don't try anything else new. Like, go to what you know works for you. Tip 2, use your energy wisely. Now, wash day already take a couple of hours and you're probably already tired and frustrated. Take a nap first. Go watch TV. Like, don't wear yourself out. Even if you have to just push wash day, I'm telling you, you hear this all the time. You never want to do your hair frustrated or within a bad mood. Rest up, right? And then come back. Your hair understands. Show her some TLC and it'll all be good. But don't wait too long because you don't want your hair drying out. So be intentional with replacing your wash day. And lastly, tip 3, do not keep that disrespectful product around. Donate it or throw it in the trash. Sometimes you just know when a product is just not right for you. I personally don't give products a 3rd try. First time is on my head, 2nd time is on my kid's head, 3rd time is going in the trash or I'm returning it. But in my last case, I couldn't return those products, right? So all I did simply was donate it. And we did a giveaway of used products in the Natural Hair Life Facebook group. But believe me, if that Facebook group did not exist, I seriously would have tossed those products out. I ain't playing. On the other hand, sometimes you know a product would work better paired with like another leave-in or cream. Keep the product in, right? Keep it. But what I want to stress is after you had like just that bad experience of your hair being completely dried out, it is so important that you go back to what you know right away and give your hair a break or time to just recover. Okay, so we are done with these tips. Let's start snitching. Today's video was inspired by none other than Shirley, and she has a YouTube channel on this platform here. At the end of this video, I want y'all to go over and show her some love. Tell her I said hello. She's a very, very beautiful person, just truly inside and out. I follow her, so let's talk about her video that inspired this one. So while we're talking, I'm going to be moisturizing my hair. Just got done deep conditioning with staple products, right? And for my lock method, I'm going to be using staple products also. So Shirley Ann tested out some products from Shea Moisture, and she touched on a couple of things in her video that I kind of just want to speak on My thoughts are a little bit everywhere this morning, so just bear with me, okay? So her video was mainly about how our hair is so different, like how we have different curl patterns, how we have different textures, how we have different porosities. And in this like last experience I had with trying out the products that dried out my hair, I really feel like the pH levels in those products didn't work for me because I'm a high porosity natural. And like I said before, if you want to talk about like how the pH levels in your porosity affects your like dryness or your ability to retain moisture, we'll go into that in a different video. However, in that video, she mentioned that Shea Moisture is not canceled in her book. If you've been following me for a while, you would know that Shea Moisture is not canceled in my book either. And sometimes in like our community, we kind of like, and I say we because I'm just talking like in general. It might not apply to like you as an individual because it definitely don't apply to me. So when I say we, I'm talking about we as a people, right? I remember when that whole trend of like tossing out Shea Moisture products was like, oh, Shea Moisture canceled, they're canceled. And then, I mean, realistically, a lot of Shea Moisture products just do not work like on my hair, you know? There are like a select few, but Shea Moisture was actually a company that came out and actually apologized for making their target, like their loyal customers, feel a certain type of way. Like they literally came out and apologized, and people were still like on the bandwagon of like posting pictures on Instagram and Facebook and, you know, just tossing their product. And I talk about this every time, how we are so quick to cancel a black owned brand than we are to cancel like another's culture. For example, Tommy Hilfiger, you know, who don't even like black people. When it comes to like our people, we so quick to put them down. We, as in general, we're so quick to put them down when we feel a certain type of way, right? And I'm not saying Shea Moisture was wrong or right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to look out for and support your own kind. Like, you have to do that. That is how we bring each other up, right? And here's the thing. Part of it is like a conditioning thing where, you know, that was installed in us as a race in the beginning, right? To not like one another, so that we can eliminate each other, right? Like, that's where that comes from. But there comes a time where you have to, I don't want to say wake up because of the whole woke thing. I feel like we go a little bit too far with that sometimes. But there comes a point where we have to realize that if we don't support each other, nobody else will. Like, that's how we grow. That's how other cultures grow also. They grow because they have a gang of people who look like them and are where they're from, supporting them, being their backbone, right? So that's just my 2 cents on like the whole Shea Moisture thing. I probably went left field here, but let's just get back on track. If a product doesn't work for you, like, I'm a firm believer in don't use it anymore, right? But in Shea Moisture's case, they have so many products out, right? They have so many products out where you kind of just gotta try, not each and every one, but a select few and test it out on your hair, right? And I mean, 80% of Shea Moisture products, and I might be telling a story here, but that's just how I feel. 80% of Shea Moisture products don't work for my type of hair. Yet, that 20% that do are staples for me. But I wouldn't know that if I canceled a brand for trying to be profitable and reach another, you know, demographic. Like, Why would I want to see a Black-owned company fail because they're trying to make me feel some type of way as, you know, a past customer, you know? Even after they, you know, release an apology, like, why would I want to see them behind the curveball? Like, I wouldn't want to see that at all. This is not your first time here. I'm also big on, like, customer service, right? And not supporting, like, rude service. And a lot of products, not a lot, but probably 100% of the products that I try are made by Black, you know, Black business owners, right? That's different. That's like direct rudeness. Like, direct rudeness. Not something that they did in the media that moved me some type of way. Like, that's Jheri rudeness, period. Like, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way, right? I asked this question before. Do you still support a brand after you experience bad customer service if the product worked, like, extremely well on your hair? And a lot of the comments that I got back was, customer service is important, but my hair's interest comes first. And with that, I cannot disagree. I honestly cannot disagree, because I'm not naive to the fact that great quality sometimes equal poor service. Like, I'm not naive to that fact, right? And that's not a culture thing per se. It maybe is, but that's just like a general thing that I've experienced, you know, being a consumer of many products, right? There were 2 brand lines that I tried out where the customer service was just not acceptable in my book. And that first one was Soultanicals, right? She has a lot of, like, loyal customers, and her product works amazing for, you know, other naturals. But for me, it didn't work well at all. So in that situation, I would not be a returning customer. One, the product didn't work for my hair, right? Not to say that, you know, it didn't work for other people's hair, but it didn't work for my hair. And 2, the service was bad. It's too many, like, natural hair care lines out here for me to put my hair through your inventory to find out what works best for me when the service is, like, not up to par, right? Like, truly, if the service was there, I would have, like Shea Moisture, tested out, because she has a lot of products too, tested out a lot of her products to see, okay, this first one didn't work for me, let's try this one. But because I have both of those, like, bad experiences with, you know, my hair not being satisfied and the service being bad, I'm not going back. It's too many options out here, right? The second one was Curls Dynasty, where the service was not, like, acceptable again, right? But those products worked amazing in my hair, like, amazing. And the good thing about that is a lot of people are like, hey, you don't have to buy directly from her. You can buy from Target, you can order from Target. And realistically speaking, like, when I seen that, I was like, great, but that's still me supporting that brand, right? That's still me supporting that brand. Regardless, if I buy from Target or if I buy from her, like, that's, my money is still supporting her in Target, but her, you know what I mean? So here's the thing. I like those products, right? And I agree. My hair's interest most definitely comes first, right? I mean, if there's, like, a bomb sale at Target, like, this is how I legit feel. If there's a bomb sale at Target, I would grab a couple. Like, I would, because the products were amazing, right? But where I'm at now in my natural hair journey, I have products that, like, I know of products, not just one or two, but there's a select few of products that just work phenomenal on my hair, right? Because I have that option, I will never go out my way to support someone who doesn't appreciate my hard-earned money, even if your products work for me. Like, I would not go out my way. And what I mean by that is, I would have to be on Target shopping already and see it, and or somebody like give me a heads up, and I'm like, yeah, let me go through with that. But I will not proactively seek out a deal with a company that gave me direct rudeness. Like, no, I won't do that. And that's only because I have other options, right? I have other options, and it is what it is. I mean, you can disagree, you can agree. That's how I personally feel. Like, if I have other options, baby, you're not getting my coins. And this is why, once you find what works for you, stick with it. Like, stick with it and listen to your hair. One, your hair thrives when, you know, you take proper care of it, when you use the proper tools, when you use the proper products. Like, stick with it. It's okay, like, we have to try out new products, but stay close to what you know works best for you. Now, if you don't have that option where you're like, okay, experience bad customer service, and, you know, I really don't know what else will work better for my hair, I understand completely. Your hair's interest comes first. But in my case, my hair interest comes first. My pockets are like tied with my hair interest. It's not even second. And that's just what it is. Like, that's just what it is in my world. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm all done here. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Let's just wrap this up. What I'm basically just trying to say here, right? One, Shirley Ann is amazing. Like, be sure to go check out her channel. She is amazing. Two, put your hair interest first. Always. Like, always. And only you can make that decision of what's best for your hair. Like, only you can do that, right? These trends with counseling companies, like, that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you. Put your hair interests first. Listen to your queen, okay? And three, stick with what you know. Like, stick with what you know. You should also know, right? Like, on this channel, I call it our channel, not my channel. I call it our channel. On our channel, I would never say don't support this brand or a certain brand. Like, you would never hear that, like, on our channel. And the reason for that is because I am forgiving. I mean, I'm sure in the future I'll try these companies out again. I'll repurchase. Like, I'm sure that I will. Like, I'm not into, like, holding grudges. You know, 30 years from now, I'll rebuy, like, you know, their products, right? But to each its own, right? What works for me might not work for you. What's important to me might not be important to you. My money and my hair are like hand in hand, right? I work hard for my money just like they work hard for their money. So that's just me. That is just me. You let me know, what is your system? Like, how do you determine what brands you're gonna support first? Like, what's your system? Until next time, guys, I am not going to take my twist down. I'm going to give my hair a break. I'm going to go find my bonnet, let this hair dry up on me, and I'm pretty sure that I'll see you Friday